Hello, Pastor Deborah here, and this is Agape Love. Love is here. This is one of the many video sections of the ministry of Pastor Deborah, helping people the Lord's way. Please enjoy the video, and we look forward to you coming again. Pastor Deborah hopes you enjoy hearing about how she has learned how to help people the Lord's way, and of her many wonderful spiritual experiences throughout many, many years of helping people. Welcome again to a video of Agape Love, Love is Here Ministries. This is Pastor Deborah. Love always and forever.
Hello again. MASTERCLASS Initiative of Nigeria. Pastor Deborah here as always. And we are in another leadership development class or course, whatever you want to call it. This is class number 9. And I'm coming to you all the way from Pensacola, Florida, which is in the United States of America. We are right along the Gulf Coast, probably about 300 miles east of New Orleans, almost right on the Gulf Coast. We've been through many hurricanes and storms. We got some of that Saharan desert dust here right now. I think it's passed over, but might come again. I hope all of you are well in all the countries who are watching. And I've been praying that many, many more students will come from many, many countries. Because this MASTERCLASS initiative is coming to you in many formats. It's coming on Zoom meetings. It's coming on webinars. It's an excellent program to reach out to Africa and all the many different countries and nationalities that are there. So we're going to start a new class, and it's called, just a minute, let me get my notes, Passing the Test of Lust and Pride. That is correct. When you start seeking, desiring to be a leader, finding your way, the test, the trials, and the temptations, they're going to come. Yep. Don't think it's easy. And I'm going to bring to you a lot of words of wisdom, examples, and stories so you can see. Because what you're going to have to do is count your cost. It's going to cost you a lot to become a leader. Might cost you all your money, your time, your energy, even your family, your social life. Might even cost you your friends. And eventually, might even cost you your own life. Leadership is a powerful, powerful position to be in. And you are going to have tests and trials of your lust of your heart and the pride that's in it. So let's begin. Let's start off with just defining the words. The word pride, as you see on the board, okay, I've got my notes, means arrogance, majesty, ornament, excellency, haughtiness, highness, proudly, swelling. It's also a snare. It will tie you up in meshes and nets. It will bind you to things you don't even know are there. It's pomp. It's evidence of one's attitude. Pride. It's also grandeur and arrogance and haughtiness. You can have high thoughts about yourself and others, and lofty thoughts. It's exaltation of yourself. It's lifting you up and what you do. And in the Greek, it means very strong self-confidence, boasting, braggart and boaster. It also can envelop you and inflate you. The word greed is included in lust. And it also means excessive, or having, wanting and desiring lots of stuff. Coveting. Having a strong desire for food or drink. Lust becomes a fire that's unquenchable, that you'll do anything to get something. Can never be satisfied. It's always growing and growing and going and moving to new territory. And these two areas, they come through our lust of our eyes, what we see with our eyes. They come through the lust of our flesh, what we want to feel good and pleasurable. And it comes through the pride of our heart. I want to read a little scripture to you out of the Christian Bible. Maybe you and that read the Quran or others can also find some of these kind of scriptures. There's wonderful words of wisdom to help us. In Jeremiah 17:10, the Old Testament, in the Quran, which is a lot of, excuse me, I'm scratching my leg. A lot of the Old Testament, you may have something similar to this. It says, the Lord searches the heart, the spirit. He's going to look deep into your subconscious, deep into your thoughts and your concepts. He's going to look and see what's controlling you, which way you're bending and moving. How can you be driven? Is pride and lust pulling on your reins to go this way? Are they pulling on you to go that way? What's driving you? What is your guidance that you're using? So the Lord's going to look, and so are other people. We can see lust and pride through you. You'll start listening. I'll start hearing it if you even think about becoming a leader. I'll start hearing words like I, my story. I'll start hearing things about what I want to do, how I can help. One of the best movies that helped me to understand what this looks like is the Odyssey, the Iliad. I'll put it up there. Oops, excuse me. Up there in the little thing. So you can, or I'll put it in the description so you can get it on YouTube. It's excellent, excellent. About how a man can desire to be a winner, think up something and take credit for it, and some God's going to get mad at you because they gave you the thought. But the Lord, He searches your heart, your soul's mind. He's going to try you and test you to see what's pulling you. He wants to know, so do we, if you're going to become our leader of our nation, what reins are pulling you to go this way or that way. So just know that. Go look in your own books. See some words of wisdom. Buddha might have some. Confucius might have some. There's a lot of powerful words of wisdom out there. Because when you become a leader or even decide to become a leader, the test, the trials, the temptations are coming. And they're going to check you out. What is a test? What is a trial? What is a temptation? It's something that's used to test you for acceptance or rejection. It's a basis for evaluation. It's an ordeal or an oath that's required as proof of conformity or a set of beliefs. A means of testing us. It's a procedure, a reaction, or an end to identify or characterize our substance. What are we really made of? A trial is the action or a process of trying or putting to the proof. Show me the goods, so to speak. It's a test. It's a formal examination. A test of faith or patience or stamina through subjection or through suffering or through temptation. A lot of tests and trials are sources of vexation or annoyance or suffering. Temptation is to be enticed to do wrong by a promise of pleasure or gain. It's a test. It's to provoke you. It's to induce you to do something, to cause to be strongly inclined to do something. A temptation is an act of being tempted. It's an enticement, a cause or occasion of you being tempted. Why are these important? Because when you become a leader, or even think about it, it stirs up activity in the realm of the spirit, even in the realm of the flesh. People are going to start examining your words, your actions, the why you are going there. What is it you want to do? You're going to be tested in the areas of your lust. What are you lusting after or for? Is there a fire burning inside of you? Is there pride in there? We want to know. Oh, you can say anything you want to us, but behind the scenes, what's really going on? We all have many examples of leaders who have lusted after fame and wealth, legacy, and they have served not what we want. There's only two people that we have to look at who we serve. And are you serving them behind the scenes? When you are trying to become a leader, we are going to look at your unconscious thoughts, your deep subconscious desires and goals. I'm going to sit and I'm going to listen carefully, watch your eyes. I'm going to hear what you promise. If you swear on a holy book and you break that vow because you really had other things intended, but you didn't want to tell us. We got so many leaders that do that. They have ulterior motives. Some are for themselves, and most of them are for that unseen world, that unseen kingdom. And they are trying to move your nation, your government, the company that way. Some people just want to serve old Smaug, the dragon. But it's really, in their eyes, it's just greed. They want money, and they want profits. They want more money. They want more profits. And if they get that for their investors and their company, then they stay in the leadership. So they don't care anything about human rights, whether they make the money from a communist or a socialist country, whether slave labor is used. They're just going to make sure that their investors make money. And they're going to do it the cheapest way they can. So they're actually serving a god called Mammon. And that greed that's in them, and that pride that is built up, because there's a lust after profits and greed, it will summon the dragon. They actually will end up having and become mentally ill and sick and living in fear that if they do not serve that dragon, because he will offer free things, He will offer you the world, everything you desire. Go watch the movie The Hobbit and learn about Smaug. Wealth and riches will drive you to lose your mind. Cross moral boundaries you never thought you would cross. Serve gods that you never intended to serve. When you're after physical pleasures for your body, wealth and houses and earthly goods, you will use anybody and anything to get it. And you won't even pay attention if you're using human traffic to get slavery, to get sex. You won't care if you rob your nation of its riches and resources, as long as you get yours. That's lust and pride. So I'm going to have my eye on you. I'm going to keep a watch. I'm going to listen. Not only me, but many others are going to be listening and watching you. I live a life where I am being videotaped. Satellites are watching me. People are hearing my dreams. And unseen people and spirits are listening to my thoughts. I know God the Most High. He is watching me carefully. And when I get into leadership positions, I'm on display before him and the other guy. That's right. I've been tested with the fear of death in my own home when I had been going to be stabbed with a pair of scissors. I've been tested by being shot at and poisoned. Could I love those who were doing that to me? A lot of you are being tested right now and you're failing. Cannot love your neighbor no matter who they are, what color of skin they have. But flesh is unruly. It must be met with flesh. You cannot talk to flesh. There is no compromise with flesh. You're in a battle, you're in a war. The loudest mouth, the biggest bombs, until they are completely obliterated. We saw that in World War II with the atomic bombs. Flesh is not going to back down. Then you get into the subconscious, and it's got its heart set on something. You aren't going to stop it. It'll lie to you in the cameras. It'll tell you this is not going to happen, period. It'll lie to you. It'll change its mind. It'll smile while it's doing it. And if you disagree with it, you become an enemy of the democracy, of the state, of the government and the nation. If your ancestors are involved, even though they're long gone, you might owe an allegiance to them to get what you want. You will bow down to them and what they, maybe what clan they were a member of. Maybe they're a part of the Sunnis or the Shias, or maybe they were from this tribe or that tribe. You will bend. And if you don't bend, the test might kill you. It's a hard place to be a leader. You'll be tested by things unseen. Words are going to come at you. You're going to be offered everything that you ever desired, everything your lust has always wanted, things you've never had, places you've never lived in, money coming out that never ends, fame and legacy, if you will just go our way. Just sign this law. Some people take the law into their own hands. We had one president over here. He just took his pen and his phone, and he made laws that were not even in the Constitution, because he lost the power of the Senate and the Congress. So he took matters into his own hand as a dictator, and he smiled beautifully, and everybody laughed, because he didn't have any support anymore. Can't do that. Whatever your country has, that's what you have to follow. Now, a lot of countries go through a lot of change. We saw Russia, who was the Soviet Union, that took over a lot of Europe after World War II. We had to back them down. We had to fight a Cold War. Eventually, the Soviet Union broke up. Because nations need to be free. You cannot hold a nation together with threats, gulags, imprisonment, and without a God. If your God is your government, it will not last. Pastor Deborah's coming after you. Because there's a spiritual thing behind it, and it has no right to rule down here. This earth was not given to it. You cannot hold a country together under threats and violation of human rights and stealing land and property. The people will rise up against you. The world will rise up against you. That's happening right now in China. All the plans of the leaders and the government and the spiritual things behind it will come crashing down. The tests are coming. The trials, the vexation, they're coming. Even all of the prophets, Muhammad had tests. Buddha, Confucius, Christ Jesus, they were all tested. Who are you going to serve? Are you going to use your authority of a leader to just save yourself, your family? You're going to steal illegally. You're going to hide your money you make. Are you going to steal from the people who can't fight back against you? Are you going to rig elections, stuff ballot boxes? Because you love the power. Power is a seductive. Power is full of lust and pride. Some people's nations rise up against you when you become a leader because you are unrighteous and unholy. We see it. The people are too afraid of you. You got some stuff behind you spiritually. But there are no power for righteous leaders. The allies that are righteous and believe in freedom for the people and human rights will rise up as they did in World War I and World War II and mount an invasion of righteousness and freedom and into any nation. No matter you try to shut down the internet, it's not going to happen. So if you decide and you want to become a leader, if you're not righteous, if the things that are steering you and are your reins and they are not pure and holy and caring for the orphans. I had to get after one of my sons years and years ago. I had to tell him, you better not shut down that hospital for the children. This was in Russia. For the well-to-do. You hold it for the orphans. And he did. Sometimes you need a good spanking and a good talking to by your mother. Sometimes people are put in your life to speak into it righteousness. So they're going to be tests of you. You better count the cost. When I became the executor of my father, who was still alive, but I had to watch his money, my Lord was not talking to me, but him and the Satan, the devil, were watching. I knew I had to do it right. I'm in a test. Have you ever taken a test in school to learn how to spell a word or do a math test? When it's test time, the teacher does not talk. The other students do not talk. You're on your own. You either pass or fail. Being a leader is the same way. You have lots of opportunities to study, to learn, be under mentors and tutors, study some more, and then you're going to take a test. And nobody's going to talk to you. I'm going to watch you, though. I'm going to find out, who are you under? Who's your mama? Who is your mentor? Who is speaking into your life and telling you to get off Twitter? Shut your mouth. Don't dress like that. No, you can't do that. Being a leader, you have to be different than everybody. You have to stand up to unrighteousness and protect. You cannot be on the side of unlawful judges. You must care about human rights and your people. They're depending on you. But if all you want is money and wealth and power, then lust and pride is who you're serving. You'll either pass the test or you will bow your knee. Even Jesus Christ and even Muhammad, they had to pass tests to get where they were. You think that just because you want to help your nation that you're qualified? Can you handle the pressure? Can you give up your personal life? Can you set aside petty differences of tribes and clans? Are you connected to a powerful God that's speaking to you? Or are you taking credit for your ideas? Tests are coming. And if you fail, your nation will fail. Or they'll replace you. If they can get you out. Look at Venezuela. They can't get Maduro out. He has the military supporting him. But he's hurting his people. Is that a good leader? No. That's an unrighteous, unholy leader. You don't hold resources and people hostage. You know why they do that? Because they want the oil. They want the power. They lust after the power and the pride and the world stage. Some countries are told you can't even be a part of the world of nations because you don't even act right with your people. You have human rights violations. You're polluting the oceans. You're the slave labor. When people want to be free and pray, you lock them up. Because your God is your government. It's going to come down. The God that created this planet, that put the earth here, and the sun and the moons. You think you own the oceans or the dirt? You didn't even create them. And unless you bow your knee to that God, and you serve Him, and you treat His earth and His people and the animals correctly, you're an unrighteous leader. Oh, He'll give you a chance. He'll help you along in school, provide funds, get you there, put right people in your path. And then you step on the stage of leadership. He'll give you a family, and if you don't treat your children and your family correctly, He'll take them away from you. He'll give you a business, and if you rip it off and rip off the customer, it's going down the tubes. If you don't even take care of your own health and be a leader of this, it's going bye-bye. You can't just do whatever you want to do and help people. So you have to pass the test of lust. Do you lust after sex? Do you lust after drugs and pleasure and money? And you'll sell anything, even little children. Do you not want to change your life? Get it in order? Is money that important to you? Enslave little children for sex? Or you'll sell drugs? Or you'll sell fentanyl or carfentanil just to make money knowing it's killing people? Or do you not care? We got them over here in America. The drug companies, they don't care. They just want money. You're serving the god of mammon called money. You're not serving anybody but yourself and making money, and you're killing people doing it. You're destroying people. You're destroying the earth. If you ever notice what's going on right now, the earth is mad at everybody. It's rising up. It's got power. So you want to be a leader? You go study the test of Jesus Christ in the Christian Bible. The devil himself came to him, kept asking him questions. Your test will be by words and deeds and actions. Prove yourself. Prove who you are. Who do you serve? Who will you bow to? Oh, I'll give you whatever you want. Just bow down to me. You'll hear voices and words. Oh, you want to be accepted in Hollywood? Bow, bow, bow. Oh, you want that role? Then have sex with me. Oh, you want that? You just have to do this. Just look the other way. We all make promises to ourselves. Our ancestors have made promises. Our grandparents have sold us into this mess. Our religions and our faith, they're putting pressure on us. Lust and pride is at work. And it takes a lot to overcome them and to pass the test. Leadership is another level where the lust is there. It is powerful. You have at your fingertips just about anything you want. Money, women, boys, power, recognition, planes, boats, anything. Pride in what you do. Giving no glory to the God that's behind it. Leadership is hard. You will go through test of your allegiance. What are you vowed to? What are you bound to? What did your ancestors bind you to? Are you bound to a government and you will do anything? And when you try to speak up that is not right, they come after you. They use the government against you. They take you away and put you in camps and gulags. They do that in a lot of countries. You speak up, you're gone. For 4 generations. They ain't going to tolerate it. But you can't hold a nation together that long. Not when Pastor Deborah's on the planet. Not when joy and love and peace is here working. And there are spiritual things working against that. Love will come. Freedom is on planet Earth. The most powerful leaders can't stop it. The most powerful spiritual leaders cannot stop it. But you will be tested by all sides, good and bad, righteous and unrighteous. Money will be thrown in your face. Sex from everything will be thrown. Owning things, treasures galore. And all you have to do is bow. Look the other way. Sign this law. Give in to that lobby. Take that money for your re-election. Make money for the investors. Is that what a leader does? Are you serving the people in righteousness, in holiness? Or are you serving yourself through lust and pride? So be aware. I'm going to put some scripture references about test in the job description. I'm going to put other videos for you to look at, movies to watch. Being a leader is very difficult. The tests will come even when you're considering stepping up to be a leader. You'll have fear. You'll have confusion. You won't have friends, or some will take advantage of you. They'll try to make money off of you. You'll be fearful. Maybe you'll be the first in rocking the boat. Maybe you're not well educated enough. Maybe you don't know how everything works, so you're afraid. Fear is a test. What kind of courage do you have? What kind of training do you have? Who is your mentor? Who are you sitting under that is a leader that can help you freely, not charge you money? There's plenty of life coaches and mentors, and they will charge you an arm and a leg because they're going to make money off of you. That's not what a leader does. My children did not pay me money to be their mother and to raise them and teach them right from wrong. I did it because I love them, and I waited to see them grown as an adult, taking their rightful place in society. Look for leaders that will help you freely. There's plenty of them. There's plenty of wise people. They've been through things. Sit down at their feet. Listen. Ask them questions. Look at the leaders of your nation, of businesses, and of your families. Are those the role models you are looking up to? Or are you just looking at their clothes, their salary, all the goodies that go with it? Why do you even want to become a leader? It'll cost you everything. And you might even sell out your nation, your oil, the people, so you can have an airplane or a yacht or be accepted by the world leaders and the richest people in the world. We got people that will sell out their own children to make money. They'll sell anything they got. Are you able to be bought by lobbyists? Some people going to give you money for your campaign or to put you in the leadership. Maybe you only marry somebody because of their dowry, not because of love. So, marriage is a test. Leading a business is a test. Being a father and a mother is a test. They're leaders. Helping others is a test. You'll either pass or fail. You'll either have it in your heart, your spirit, and your soul to endure the test. They are hard. Or you won't. So I hope this short one helps you to pass the test of leadership, of lust and pride. Love always and forever, Pastor Deborah. This was Class 9 of Leadership Development. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening and watching this video. It is an honor and a pleasure to have you stopped by today and watch. This is Pastor Deborah, and I hope you come again and watch many, many more videos and learn and grow spiritually and hear how she has helped people spiritually the Lord's way for many, many years. Come again, watch another one, and we welcome you to be a subscriber to the channel, to make comments, and if you wish to contact Pastor Deborah, please email her at her email address for the ministry at PastorDeborah@agapeloveishere.org. You can also see these videos on Twitter and on the website in the many different sections that they are put into. Enjoy, and it was once again an honor to have you watch and listen. Thank you, and come again to another video of Agape Love, Love is Here Ministry, a ministry of helping people the Lord's way that Pastor Deborah has been doing for many, many years. Love always and forever, Pastor Deborah.